What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. You guys, we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers still. Come on, what y'all doing? Or what am I doing? Okay, I'm about to be consistent, y'all. When I can come up with exactly what days that I can do, then I'm gonna commit to it. But I don't want to commit to it and then don't do it. So that's that on that. So y'all, today I'm doing a VSG update. So it's a 1 month post-op. So I'm gonna just tell you guys all the crazy stuff that happened in this month. In about, yeah, it's been practically a month and a few days. I'm sorry if I run out of breath because it's a thing now. So bear with me if I do that. I have notes in my phone, so I have to look at them because otherwise I start blabbering on and then I never get to the point. You're like, baby, what's going on? So if you're new to my channel, my name is Joanna. It's a Joanna thing, and I just had VSG about a month ago. VSG is vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is where they cut your stomach into like the size of a banana. You can Google it if you want to see it. But it's weight loss surgery. So my highest weight, I'm gonna just tell y'all my stats at the end, y'all. I'm gonna tell you my stats at the end actually. So what I'm gonna do is tell you kind of how I prep for it, which I have a video of like the liquid diet and the stuff that I had for before surgery, but I'm gonna just explain to the people that are new. So to get VSG surgery, I made a video about that, like how I got approved. You can watch that video if you want to know how to get it. This is just going to be an update after a month post-op. So just so you guys know, before I got the surgery, I had to be on a 10-day liquid diet. Some people are on 14 days, some people are 10 days. It depends on your BMI. My BMI went down because I lost a lot of weight before surgery, or some amount of weight before surgery, so my BMI went down. So I only had to do 10 days. And on the liquid diet, it's like protein shakes and stuff like that. So I'm going to just talk about how I felt with that. So with the liquid diet, the 10 days wasn't as bad as I thought they were going to be. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Before I started my 10-day liquid diet, I was like, I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat. Like the day before, it was like a fat day, y'all. Like I had Chipotle because I love Chipotle. Can't wait to have Chipotle again. With moderations, of course. Like obviously I can't eat a lot of it, and on top of that, I'm probably not gonna get rice, but that's a whole nother topic. So I got Chipotle, y'all. I got Papa John's because I didn't have pizza in so long. At that time I probably didn't have pizza for like a month. So I got Papa John's, ordered pizza, ordered lemon pepper wings, y'all. Then I had mochi donuts, and then what else did I have? Was that it? I think that was it. That was all I had, but it was just a lot because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have the stuff I really been wanting before I go into surgery, and I cannot have it. So anyways, so I felt very content. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm gonna be leaning and shit because my back is not strong no more. But I felt very content on my 10-day liquid diet. I was doing really good, never cheated, never did anything weird. Protein shakes was keeping me pretty full. I was just had a lot of willpower, and I was very proud of myself. So yeah. Now when it came to the clear liquid diet, y'all, the day before surgery you have a clear liquid diet, and then you're on that clear liquid diet for 2 weeks after surgery. That was like the death of me, okay, y'all, because my clear liquid diet had to work. I don't know why I chose the day before surgery to work, but I did. So I worked a half day. So I was hungry, y'all. I was hungry. I was tired. It just makes you weak because it's like you can't eat nothing. You can't even get protein. So you're not really getting calories in. So that was cool. So now talking about my surgery, and then I'll talk about how the clear liquid diet was after my surgery. So the next one on the list is, I hate how anybody else's notes be tweaking, like in your thing, it don't pop up the words. Okay, anyways, the next one is like my hospital experience. So when I went to go get surgery, guys, most people know this, but you usually only stay one night unless like you're having complications, like you can't drink enough liquids, or you can't walk, or something like is happening, obviously, to cause you not to go home. Otherwise, they're getting you out of there the next day. So I went to the hospital. Everything was smooth. Like, everything happened so quick to me. I feel like when I first got there, my brother and my mom were there, and they were just getting me prepared, taking my blood test, checking for my, I think they did another EKG, I can't remember, but aka prepping me for the surgery. And then out of nowhere, y'all, they just wheel me away. Like, they're like, okay, just so you know, this is kind of how anesthesia works, and da 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 da. Like, don't sleep, don't have sex within the first week because it wears off your birth control. Like, if you have birth control, it won't work. They just go through the rundown of like how anesthesia works. The anesthesiologist came in to talk to me. Next thing you know, y'all, I'm rolling to the surgery room. I'm like, already? Like, my surgery was scheduled for 10:30. No, it was scheduled for 10 o'clock. They was rolling me out of there like 9:40. I'm like, hold on. Already, y'all. And then I get into this room. They put the stuff in my IV. Y'all, I don't remember countdown. I don't remember a single thing. But all I remember is being in this room. It's a bunch of lights. Everyone's moving so fast. After that, I don't remember a single thing. So, after they did that, I went to the, like, recovery area and stuff like that. And I'm gonna just tell y'all about these workers. Like, really choose a good hospital. I mean, the hospital's fine, but it wasn't like top tier. Just make sure you choose the right hospital. I think my surgeon was great, but the hospital was just not it, because when I got out to the recovery room, I had one nurse. She said, "Are you okay? Like, want to get some ice chips?" Like, she was very like caring. And then she had to go on her break, so another girl came. All she was doing is on her phone. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is the ghetto. Like, anywho. So, I'm not going to go into the whole hospital experience, but when I went into my actual hospital room, I was in pain, but it wasn't as bad as I thought I was going to be. Like, I was more in like I had small gas pains, not up to my chest or not into my back. Like, I didn't experience a lot of that. It was like more quick, sharp pains in my stomach. And, I was very tired. Like, I would be up and go to sleep, up and go to sleep. Like, I couldn't hold conversations. I was aggravated, irritated. Like, when my mom and my brother was in the hospital after I came out, I was just annoyed. But it was not as bad as I expected it, to be honest. Like, for your stomach to be cut open. I did have a lot of incision pain in my biggest incision. I'll show you guys my incisions in another video because I'm wearing a dress, but my incisions are healing really, really good. Like, you can barely see them anymore. But the biggest incision looked so nasty when I came out, and it was hurting so bad. It's on my right side, and I think that was the biggest pain for me even coming out the hospital, is my incision pain, a little bit sharp pains in my stomach, and just feeling exhausted. Like, yeah. So anyways, whenever I had gas pain, it was just like, oh, you need to just walk around, move around. So I was moving around a lot. I had the walking down pack in no time. And then after that, the drinking was the hardest for me, just because I couldn't, it was taking me forever to drink. It was hard to drink. I was tired. I kept falling asleep in between drinking water and drinking broth. And so that was the only thing that was going to almost stop me from making it home by the next day. But I end up drinking enough by the next day where they let me go home. The nurses, I had a really caring nurse. I probably had 2 caring nurses. The other nurse, when I tell you, I was in so much pain, and I try to buzz them, and they'll bring in the nurse assistant. The nurse assistant would go get the nurse, and the nurse would just never come. I was so livid. Like, girl, I've been buzzing you like 3 times. The nurse assistant done told you 3 times I'm in pain, and you have not came back. So, the previous nurse, she was giving me Gas X every amount of hours around the clock. She was giving me pain medicine every hour around the clock. And then the night nurse was the worst, okay? And she was my own people, and I felt bad that my own people is doing that. Like, come on. Like, and that's what I see. Is that, oh, somebody said on social media or something like that, you guys need to stop going into nursing for the money if you don't really care about people. And I think that is actually very important because y'all don't care about the people, y'all just care about the money. Anywho, y'all, so that was my hospital experience. The next day I got out, so like I went to jail, but I got out and my mom stayed with me and everything, so that was fine. So I would talk about the first week and a half that I was home. So the first week, yes, I was in a lot of pain, y'all. Like, it wasn't like dire pain because I have a very high pain tolerance, but it was the type of pain where it was just like uncomfortable. Then I didn't have a wedge pillow. Let me tell you right now, if you do plan on having this surgery, get you a wedge pillow, because I got one for Walmart for $12. Don't buy them $70 wedge pillows, baby. I'm telling you, like, go on Walmart.com and get you one for $12, okay? And I made a TikTok about it. If you want to see the exact wedge pillow, follow me on TikTok. If you want daily updates, just follow me on TikTok. I post on there almost every day. It's a Joanna thing. It's a Joanna thing. The same thing as my YouTube. I'll put it in the description box as well. But anywho, I could not sleep. Like, the first couple nights, it was so hard for me to sleep because even at the hospital, they had me at a 90-degree angle or 80-degree angle, and it was so uncomfortable for me to sleep. At home, it was so uncomfortable for me to sleep because I don't sleep on my back. I usually sleep on my side, and I can't sleep on my side. And then when I would sleep on my back, if I had the pillows behind my head, but my back is laying flat, my back would start hurting just because I was putting too much pressure on my back, and it was just getting painful for my back for me. So I ended up getting a wedge pillow that made it 10 times better. So if you haven't had the surgery, make sure you get it in advance because sleeping was so bad. I think for even like the first 3 weeks, sleeping was just bad. Like, it was like I could not sleep well no matter what. So that was the thing. Having clear liquids when I first came home was fine because I didn't want to eat nothing. I didn't want to drink nothing. But y'all, I had a bad problem. I still have this to this day where I be on social media and I like to watch people eat. Like, am I the only weirdo? Like, after this surgery, I love to see people eat food that I can't eat. Like, they be eating fried chicken wings. They be eating like cakes and, girl, all types of stuff. Like, stuff I didn't even eat when I was even more overweight, you know? So I'll be like, oh, I'm living through them. But I started to get hungry mentally, not physically, because when they take out the hunger hormone, you can feel hungry, but you're not gonna feel hungry to the point where your stomach starts gurgling and like having pains, like hunger pains. Like, it's gonna be more mentally, or you're gonna feel a little nauseous, like you need to eat. So at this point, I was like making myself go crazy because all I was looking is at people eating, and I'm like, when can I eat? Like, I ain't never been like not eating for a whole month. What human, you know, what human does this? But anyways, y'all, I think that was the hardest part is, and then when I came home, I started walking in the hallways. I would go on like at least 5-6 walks a day. I was doing the breathing little tools, and also, sorry, I gotta take a drink. Probably eat dinner at 6:30. Whew. All right. So yeah, I was doing the breathing exercises. I was doing the walks. I was doing what I was supposed to do. But then I started doing the most because me and my boo, we would go to the park, and I was in and out of the car. Y'all, we would go to the movie theater. Like, who does this after a week and a half of having surgery, y'all? I was going upstairs and stuff. Because after about a week and a half, I didn't have a lot of pain. Unless I would be like laying on it or like twisted a weird way, I wasn't having a lot of pain. And I didn't have a lot of gas pain. So after the first week, I actually stopped taking pain medicine because they only sent me home with like Tylenol. They actually did send me home with some narcotics, but I don't, oxycodone, but I never took them. So, anywho, after the first week, I stopped taking the pain pills. I stopped taking the gas pills. I was totally fine. So the pain level was okay. Like, this surgery, you're not going to be like on your deathbed, hopefully. It's a fast recovery type of surgery. So I would say what I did notice though, I went to the, this is getting into the next segment, guys. But I went to the zoo. I ended up going to the zoo with my goddaughter and my cousin. And this day I was in the car for a while. I don't know if this is when this situation happened, but I was in the car for a very long time. When I got out the car, I was experiencing shortness of breath already, like a lot. Like if I walk down the block, I'm like, baby, I didn't even breathe like that when I was 325. Okay, so like I'm very active, even though I was always overweight. I was always moving. I'm used to walking around. I'm used to being active. So anyways, I was just like, okay, maybe it's just because I just had this surgery. My body needs some rest. But the next day, no, actually later that day when I was at the zoo, when I first got in there, y'all, I couldn't breathe. I had to just stand there for a second because I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and I don't know why. Maybe because it's too hot outside, because it was really hot. I shouldn't be out here because I'm drinking minimum water. I'm gonna be dehydrated. So anyways, y'all, I end up like pausing for a second. I'm like, I gotta sit down. Y'all, when I tell you, when I was at that zoo, I sat down like 10 times, and we was there for like 2 hours, 3 hours maybe. But I sat down like 10 times. That was a lot. Like every little second I had to sit down. So I was just feeling like I was out of breath. Then I started having pain in my knee. And so the next day, I started getting like a lot of pain in the back of my knee and my left knee. And it was starting to feel like stiff, and like I was limping. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Y'all, to find out that I was in pain. So I was like, let me call the nurse line. Because I had a severe anxiety of having a blood clot, because I knew I was on birth control pills, and I knew birth control pills can give you a blood clot. And I don't know why my whole life I was in fear of having a blood clot from birth control. And that's kind of like how you can manifest negative things. You really can. Your mind and your words are like very powerful. I'm reading a book about this, but like before, back in the day, I used to always think like, oh my God, I hope I don't get a blood clot. Like, or if my leg was acting weird, oh my God, I hope I don't get a blood clot. So anyways, y'all, I was just like, okay, my biggest fear with this surgery is getting a blood clot. And I felt like I was moving around a lot. But long story short, y'all, I went to the emergency room. My boo took me to the emergency room, and to find out I had a blood clot in my leg. Y'all, I had a blood clot in my leg. So I was devastated. I was crying. I was really sad about this, because I was like, oh my gosh, like I knew this was gonna happen. Like this is gonna destroy my life. I don't know people with blood clots. I never had one before. So anyways, ended up finding out I had one in my leg. And the doctor was like, oh yeah, like you do have blood clot in your leg, so you're gonna have to be on blood thinners. And he was like, but it doesn't seem like it seemed like you came in time and it didn't get into your lungs or anything. But even if it did, you're still going to be on blood thinners, so that's the only treatment anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm like, okay. So after this, my nurse, he would always call and check on me. And so I told him, I was like, I've been really out of breath. Like, I've been telling these people, like, when I walk, I be out of breath. And he was like, oh, you know, he didn't really think nothing of it at first, because a lot of people that have the surgery end up being out of breath, or like people that are obese be out of breath. But I've never been like that. So anyways, y'all, unless I was running a mile or something. So anyways, he told me, he was like, okay. And I told him I was starting to have a couple heart palpitations. And that it was normal for me, because I've had that in the past a long time ago, because I have irregular heartbeat. A murmur, not irregular heartbeat, but a murmur in my heart. So anyways, y'all, after this, he was like, okay, let me talk to my supervisor. And his supervisor told me I need to go get a CAT scan. Yeah, I had a whole horror story in the CAT scan. I might just do a story time on that. But all I'm going to say is they try to put the needle for the CAT scan. They got to put contrast in there. They didn't put the needle right in my vein, so it moved in my arm. I'll do a whole story time on that. But it was a disaster, okay? I already had a blood clot. Then this happened. Then the fact that when they put me through the machine, he was like, oh, since that moved, like the contrast went in your arm and we had to stop the whole thing. Or she said that. She was like, oh, we didn't get a clear picture. But to find out, the doctor ended up analyzing the picture later, and he was able to see it. The radiologist. And then the radiologist said that I had a blood clot in my lungs. Hence the reason why it was hard for me to breathe. And it's like, these people don't be listening to you. Like, you can keep telling them you got shortness of breath. this is this, you feel like this. Even when I was at the CAT scan, I was like, it feels like it's pulling out. Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna keep that for a story time, because that really pissed me clean off. But y'all, so I done got a blood clot. This is my 2nd week out of surgery, and I'm supposed to go back to work the next week. And I'm like, this is not gonna work. Like, I can't breathe. My job is very physical. I can't walk. Like, when I walk, my leg hurts. On top of that, I can't freaking breathe. I can't go a block without breathing hard or like about to faint. So anywho, they extended my leave for work. I started on blood thinners. These blood thinners are horrible. I have to be on them 3 months at the minimum. She said she thinks it's gonna be 3 months, but it could be 6 months. And it makes your periods very heavy, and it makes I think that's the biggest side effect. And then it makes your gums bleed. It's just weird, and I hate it. I don't ever want to go through this again. So that's what happened then. So now, y'all, I'm doing much better when it comes to the blood clot. Like, my leg doesn't have any pain anymore. So, like, the blood thinners really help with reducing the pain. And then I'm having less shortness of breath. I still have it here and there, but it's not as bad. So that's good. The blood thinners are working. It's just the fact that they're making me bleed like a freaking slaughterhouse, and it's not stopping. So I'm concerned. So y'all, that goes into my next segment about birth control after VSG. So once I hit 3 weeks, I was end up on the period stage. It's not too much into that. You can go watch my TikTok. It's a Joanna thing, and then I'll tell you like what stuff I bought for period stage if you want to know that. But period stage only lasts a week for me, which is good because I did make the ricotta bake. That was good. And then I made refried beans, which was good. So it wasn't too bad, but it was just, I'm not into baby food texture. Like, I'm not blending up no chicken. So anywho, on to the next. So when you have VSG surgery, they tell you that you need to be on 2 forms of birth control, which I don't know who's gonna be on 2 forms of birth control, but anyway, they tell you gotta be on 2 forms of birth control because you're very fertile and you will get pregnant, and if you get pregnant, you will get big again, and if you get big again, you just waste your whole surgery, and your kid also could be at risk because you can't give it as much nutrients as it's supposed to have. So anywho, so boom, I was on the pill, and I've been taking the pill the whole time during the blood clot situation, and I talked to my blood clot specialist, and she said that I could stay on the pill, the combination pill. I could stay on it, but once I'm done in 3 months with my blood clot, my blood thinners, I have to find a different form, because if once you had a blood clot before, you don't want nothing to induce you to have another one. So anyways, so boom, I'm like, okay, so I gotta look at options. Before I was looking at the IUD, because they said the IUD counts as 2 forms of birth control because it's 99.9% or something like that. Girl, tell me why I got an IUD. And I'm going to do a whole story time on that too, y'all. About insertion and all that stuff. I got an IUD and it fell out. When I tell you, I was having the worst luck with everything. Like, it wasn't even the surgery. Like, yes, the surgery did induce me getting a blood clot on top of the birth control pills. But it was just like not actually the physical surgery of like me having a leakage or me like busting a stitch or getting an infection or having a blood transfusion or not like that. Like, it was based off of just once the blood clot happened, everything else just started going downhill, and it wasn't because of the actual surgery. Like, it's a girl, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it wasn't like the physical surgery. It's just what happens when you mix birth control sometimes with that type of surgery, which I should have been advised to just not take the pill at all. And then, like, I would have thought a good surgeon or doctor would have told me no, because once I read it on like side effects and stuff on the combination pill, it tells you if you're gonna, don't take this pill if you're gonna have a surgery where you're gonna be like, you're gonna be sitting down or laying down for prolonged hours or times. Don't take the combination birth control pill. So my provider should have been very clear, like, no, you got to get off of this. But anywho, I'm gonna make a whole video of how my IUD fell out in a matter of days and how the experience was getting it in. So that happened. So now I'm on the mini pill. And the mini pill is only progesterone, so it doesn't cause blood clots and it doesn't increase your blood pressure, which is good. Because I had high blood pressure before this, which is the pro, y'all. My blood pressure has been normal every time I go to the doctor, even in high stress moments. So this surgery actually has helped my blood pressure, and I haven't even been taking blood pressure medicine anymore, even though my doctor didn't tell me not to. But my surgeon told me if I start getting fainted and stuff to get off of it. And my blood pressure been normal, and I go to the doctor like every other day now because of all these problems that has occurred, and it's been fine. So I'm not taking blood pressure medicine if my blood pressure is not high. So yeah, y'all, it lowered my blood pressure. Like, I feel amazing, I look amazing. Like, the way I think about food now, it's like the total opposite. Now I can understand, because my sister had this surgery before and she was such a health freak, like, oh, you should try this health option instead. And I'm like, girl, no, you on a diet, not me. That's what I'm thinking in my head. But truthfully, when you do get this surgery, it really changes your mindset about like unhealthy eating. And when you see other people eating unhealthy, you be like, I wouldn't choose that option. Like, I would choose this instead. Or like, oh, like you could eat this at the house or something. Like, I don't know, but you shouldn't be judgmental because we've been there before. So I tried to lay off of it, but it's very hard because now I think of new options. Like, okay, if you do go out to eat, maybe you shouldn't get the bread, maybe you shouldn't get the fries, maybe, like, you know, maybe there's certain things you shouldn't get to make your meal better. Like, I did go out to dinner for the first time with my boo, and we went to Bacio's, his birthday, and I got a salmon. And I was only able to eat about 4 bites of that salmon. 4 or 5 bites. And I was full. And I took the salmon home. I ate it for about another day. Threw out a little bit of piece that was left. I threw it out. So I chose a healthier option. Didn't eat bread because obviously I can't. Didn't eat fries and stuff like that. Didn't eat any fried food. So, not saying you can't have those things, because you can in moderation. But it just be hard looking at other people that have the eating habits that I used to have. And it's like, you go eat out 3 times a day, you go eat fried chicken, then you go eat a burger, then you go eat some pizza. Like, bro, you don't need to do that. Calm down. Calm down. So yes, y'all, it changes your mindset. And make sure you for sure have a therapist during this process, because it makes you depressed. Like, not being able to eat, it makes you sad. Not having people around you that understand you kind of makes you sad in a way. Like, I have people that had this surgery that I know that I can talk to, but it's also being around people that all they do is eat bad. Like, that's all the people that I know. All they do is eat bad. I don't have a friend that is healthy. Like, I don't have a family member that is healthy. And yes, you can't be completely healthy, but like, I don't have people around me that have healthy relationships with food. So it's very hard to be around those type of people when you're trying to build healthy relationships with food. Because like, you can't eat for 4 weeks. Because about a 4th week I was on Puree's day, about a 3rd week. So you can't eat food for 3 weeks after surgery, and then 2 weeks before surgery you can't eat food. So that's over a month. And if you have people all they do is eat freaking Popeyes, they want to go get some ice cream after that, eat a donut, they want to do this, do that, it's hard because it starts pissing you off. Like, I can't eat this. Why do you keep eating this in front of me? Like, it's irking my nerves. Like, for me, like, even with my boo, like, he one day got Chipotle. I told him, you can't even bring that in my house. Because at the end of the day, y'all, Chipotle is my favorite. And I can still have Chipotle after surgery, because Chipotle is about what you put in it. And I developed a healthier relationship with Chipotle before I even got my surgery, because I used to be able to eat like a full bowl. And then I started working with my therapist on like eating only half of a bowl. Like, put half in the refrigerator, eat the other half. Then start doing half rice and then half salad. So cutting down the rice and then only eating half of that and putting the other half in the refrigerator. So I developed a better relationship with Chipotle. And so for me, once next month, I'm going to have Chipotle. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not going to have rice. I'm just going to have like chicken, beans, little salsa, some cheese and sour cream, because I can already have cheese, I can already have sour cream. my nutritionist is fine with that. The only thing I can't have right now is chicken, because chicken is a little too tough. Like I can have canned chicken, but I can't have like the regular baked chicken. And even when I get to that point, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to tolerate it next month, but that's when I can have it. Otherwise I'm gonna try sofritas. I never had the tofu one, but I might try it. Yeah, so now I'm gonna tell you guys my stats, I feel like I gave you guys a very detailed video. It was like 30 minutes. So my highest weight was 326 pounds, you guys. 326 pounds. This was last year, like August. No, I think it actually was August 2021. Then I took some time to work out. I was in the weight loss management program before I decided to actually get surgery. I was in the weight loss management. So I was learning habits of like how to eat out less. When I eat out, how to control my portions. How to work out often. And all those type of things. And so I ended up losing 35 pounds just by doing that. Like just making small changes of just like, instead of eating out 3 times a day, eat out once a day. After that, stop eating out once a day. Eat out 3 times a week. Once you do that, start cutting down like what you eat when you go out. So I was a gradual thing. So anyways, I had lost 35 pounds. So let me calculate that, y'all, because I just be all over the place. So I was 326. Actually, I lost 36 pounds. So I lost 36 pounds. That's 290. So I got down to 290. This is proper. Actually, yeah, I got down to 290. And that's when it was time for me to like have surgery, because I just maintained the 36 pounds. I never gained a pound, never lost any more. I was just maintaining at this moment in time. So, mainly because I was like not working out like a couple weeks before my surgery. Couple weeks? Yeah, once I started my liquid diet, it was not working out for me. So, you guys, I got down to 290 and then I started my liquid diet. I lost about 10 pounds doing the liquid diet. So that brought me down to 280. This is so much math. But I'll just give you guys the whole thing. This is so much math. I'm going to just cut it short, y'all. I don't want to break down too many numbers. Okay, so my highest weight was 326, right? The weight I lost on my own brought me to 290. And now I am 246. You guys, I'm 246. Like, this was like 3 days ago when I went to the doctor. They weighed me. So 246? Yo, like, that means, okay, y'all, I was 326 minus 246. I lost 80 pounds from my highest weight, y'all. From my highest weight, I've lost 80 pounds. It's crazy. And then from like just like liquid diet surgery, I've lost 40 pounds. So highest weight 326, current weight 246. Y'all, I used to lie on my driver's license about being 250. Now I'm under 250. What the heck? Y'all, I don't know how many years I lied about being 250 on my driver's license, but it was bad, real bad. Wrap this up, y'all, and I'm gonna just talk about my eating since I'm on soft foods right now. Recently I've been eating chili. I love chili with ground turkey, very lean ground turkey, and then I put my beans. I made it from scratch. Yummy. It's so good. And I take acid reflux pills because of the surgery. I haven't had acid reflux though at all, so hopefully I don't develop that, because it's a little spicy, but I can handle it. And then I've been having tuna. I really actually enjoy tuna. I didn't really eat tuna like that before, but I actually enjoy it. And then I've been having like turkey, like a half slice of turkey with some cheese, Kobe Jack cheese, and some pickles, and wrap it up, y'all. And I've been loving pickles, so I'll even have some pickles with some ranch as a snack. I can handle ranch. And I made sure my ranch don't have sugar in it. Like, it only has 1 gram of sugar. Everything needs to be like under 5 grams of sugar. So anyways, that's been very yummy. Like, I didn't have it yesterday, and I was kind of sad I didn't have it yesterday. But there's only so much I can do. because y'all can only eat about 4 teaspoons of food before I start feeling full. And my cues when I get full is I start burping, and sometimes I hiccup, but most of the time I burp. So I'll be like, okay, baby, your time is up. You can't eat no more. And then I have to throw it away. I've been throwing a lot of stuff away. And I have been putting small portions in there, but it's still like, because I use these really small circle bowls to put my food in, but I still be having some leftovers, so I just have to throw it in the trash. But yeah, that's kind of how my eating habits went. Like, I went over my weight stats. I think that's pretty much everything for the first month. I'll come back in the second month and tell you guys how the update is on that. Make sure that you guys comment if you have any questions below, because I would for sure answer them below, or I could do a Q&A video. Whatever y'all prefer. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok at It's a Joanna Thing. I have a whole community on there right now. So if you are thinking about having surgery, it's a good place because people comment, talk about their experiences, which I love. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye.